what they've done with the UFC is they've monopolized the sport. And what that creates is the reason that Dana doesn't do those interviews is because he controls the media, right? That's why like no one goes to a UFC as a media and asks hard questions. They're all softball questions, right? They're the same questions over and over again. Um, so they control the media and they have a monopoly on the sport. And what happens is this is why you see guys. What was it a couple weeks ago when Pratis was like begging for his friend to get a shot in the UFC? And you see guys like me, I'm guilty of it, where we're like, bro, can I get that $50,000 bonus, man? Please, please, master. Um, and that's not the way it's supposed to work, right? And the reason that it doesn't work that way in boxing, you've never heard a single boxer in your lifetime or my lifetime beg the promoter for anything, right? Because of a thing called the Ollie Act, which is what the UFC is trying to revise, which actually means destroy. Um, and that's it's not going to be a good thing. People think it's going to be a good thing, but when you have a single entity controlling rankings, controlling titles, that's not a good thing for boxing. When Dana said this is not a career, this is an opportunity. And that is so wrong. Like looking back on that, I'm like, that is so fucking wrong, bro. So basically what he's saying is, you have the opportunity to use, the UFC brand that we're going to give you to push yourself. And I mean, and I can't hate on it. Like it created opportunity for me, right? Like I'm sitting here doing this podcast because I was a UFC fighter, not because I'm the most interesting man in the world, right? Like that's I get that, but it should be able to be a career. Like you should be able to make retirement money if you're that good of a fighter. Like the whole Dana also uses this where he says, you eat what you kill. Like that is so false. Like you eat what we give you, right? If Connor goes out and sells 5 million pay-per-views, like he doesn't get what he killed, right? He promotes the shit out of it, does all the media. He doesn't get what he killed. He gets what the UFC says you can have, which might be $10 million, while the UFC takes 80, $100 million, right?
Yeah.
And so how is that eating what he killed? That's Dana eating